Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Country Music Insight. I hope you guys are doing well. You're not going too stir crazy staying at home. I thought about what word I would use to sum up today's episode, and I came up with the word collaboration because I'm going to tell you about a couple of collaborations between country music artists with other artists of other types of music that have occurred just within the last week. The first one involves a song called Together We'll Get Through This, and it's actually written by Steven Curtis Chapman. Not to be confused with his song that he wrote for his wife called Together a few years back. This is Together We'll Get Through This. And as most songwriters do when, they go through a difficult time, as we all have been going through with this pandemic, you write a song if that's what you do if you're a songwriter. So Steven Curtis wrote this song, and he thought, who could I have be on this song because it is about being together, and he thought it'd be great to have Brad Paisley on it. And so he reached out to Brad and said Brad is on this song, as well as Lauren Elena and Tasha Cobbs Leonard, who's a gospel musician and songwriter, if you're not familiar with her name. So check that out. Again, it's called Together We'll Get Through This, and I think you'll enjoy that by Steven Curtis and gang. The other collaboration that I discovered the last week was involves Carrie Underwood. I know a lot of you guys are big Carrie Underwood fans, and so I thought I'd mention this. She is actually in a new video by New Kids on the Block. She's actually in it a couple times. And so if you want, check it out. It's called House Party. And if you are a parent, you might want to just preview that one if you have any younger kids at home. But it's a fun video. Again, it's kind of related to how we're all staying at home right now. And it's called House Party, the New Kids on the Block feature, and it features Carrie Underwood in it. So check that out. Let's get to our trivia question before we run out of time. Last week we had one about Winona. And so this week I thought we'd do one with a male artist, and since we were talking about Brad earlier, I thought we'd do one with him. So here's your trivia question. Which of the following songs became Brad's first #1 hit? Was it A, Whiskey Lullaby, B, He Didn't Have to Be, C, Ticks, or D, I'm Gonna Miss Her? Again, your choices are A, Whiskey Lullaby, B, He Didn't Have to Be, C, Ticks, or D, I'm Gonna Miss Her. Okay, drum roll. All right, if you guessed B, He Didn't Have to Be, you are correct. That was Brad's first #1 hit, which he wrote back in 2000. And that was just a year before he became an Opry member. So actually, February of next year, he's actually going to celebrate his 20th anniversary of becoming an Opry member. And actually, in my research for this episode, I found something I thought you'd be really interested. So when Brad was being inducted into the Opry, George Jones was there that night, and George read the following letter, and I want to read this so as to make sure that I get his words right. He said to Brad, I am counting on you to carry on the tradition, Jones wrote, and make folks sit up and listen to what good country music should sound like. I think you would probably agree with me. Brad's been doing a really good job of that, and I'm sure he'll continue to do so. So yeah, check out that song that he's in with Steven Curtis, again, Together We'll All Get Through This. If you haven't done so already, check out our website, countrymusicinsight.com. You can read some neat stories about your favorite artists on there, as well as news happening in the country music world. All right, well, that about wraps it up. Until next time, you guys take care. See you later.